It is November 5th, 2025, the day after Election Day. Pick up your signs.
Yeah.
Good morning. I'm Dan Ramey. He's Mike Smith. Aaron Glandon is off to the left as Mr. Hand 2 this morning. I stopped in to visit with my barber, Billy Harbert. Mm-hmm. Billy Harbert is John Harbert's grandson. Bill Harbert is John Harbert's son. Mm-hmm. And so we're talking about when your dad ran for commissioner, and he was a longtime Pike County commissioner. Yep. And I said, how long did you wait to get the signs? He says, well, what we would do is we'd watch for the election results, and then we'd go out and start picking them up on the night of the election. We'd go out, and Dad would be with us, and me and a bunch of my friends would go out and pick up our signs. He says, that is, unless Dad had won, and then he would go back to Waverly in case he needed to be interviewed or anything like that by the media. He says, but if he lost, well, we just picked up signs that night.
Right.
So those of you that listen to the radio show, we used to do a Pick Up Your Signs campaign after the election was over with. So if we can get rid of those signs, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Good to have you here. Thank you for watching. Coming up in a moment, we'll talk about the election. We'll also take a look at some other things that are making news for us today, beneficial news that you can use. But right now, it's the forecast.
Oh, whoa. Don't we have a...
Well, let's do it after the weather.
Okay.
We'll do it after the weather.
I thought we would give that top billing, yeah.
Special announcement after the weather.
Partly sunny skies today and tomorrow. We'll look for highs around 66 today, 63 for tomorrow. But then rain in the picture for most of the day on Friday before clearing back out for much of the weekend.
Now, we have a special announcement for you. Happy birthday today to Beth Litter. She is the darling bride of our fearless leader.
29 years old today.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Beth Litter. All right, coming up in a moment, we'll take a look at what's making news for you. That's all just ahead. But first, let's tell you about Accurate Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. If you have plans to build a new home, a business, whichever the case may be, they do industrial, commercial work. They do the stuff to keep you comfortable in your home as well. You want to find out more about Accurate? Simply click on this ad anywhere you see it on our website, littermedia.com, and it takes you to their website where you can see all the territory they service and all the different offices they have for you too. They have 8 locations. Heating, cooling, plumbing, it's Accurate.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world with multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary. Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old.
The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, click on this ad on littermedia.com.
Referring back to that conversation I had earlier today with my barber, he said, I kind of miss the old days of when radio would report the results and everything, the election results. And I was telling Aaron Glandon here about what it was like back when we worked at the radio stations. And it was like a team of 10 to 12 people that were busy working election results and having people at different locations to check in with them. And then the last few years, when everything went electronic, it was Mike sitting in a news booth by himself, just reading things from, and now you can do that on our website, littermedia.com.
Yeah.
You can be Mike Smith.
And talk to yourself as you're reporting the results. If you go to our website, that story right there, littermedia.com, you will find 9 different links to the area, our coverage area, boards of election. Fairfield, Fayette, Highland, Hocking, Jackson, Pickaway, Pike, Ross, and Vinton counties are all of the links. Now, as we were explaining yesterday, those links go directly to their county websites. So if there's a problem there, that's not Litter Media's fault. You'll have to call the Board of Election. But that takes you right to the Board of Election sites to find out how your area elections went last night.
And when you look at those, I was kind of disappointed with how voter turnout is always so low. Mm-hmm. Unless it's a presidential election year, it seems like...
Or if you're voting in New York City.
Right, yeah. Which they had, 1.7 million people voted?
I mean, they were talking about how big the turnout was.
But I think only some of them had as little as 10% turning out, and then maybe I think the most might have been 33%. So a third of us basically are expressing our right to vote, and then we scratch our heads on what happens down the road, and we want to complain and cry about it. Well, start going out and voting. Not many countries give you an opportunity to do this across the world. So.
That's for sure.
Ohio Governor Mike DeWine took part in a ribbon-cutting ceremony yesterday to celebrate the opening of the Eastland-Fairfield Career and Technical School's new NextGen Training Center. It's located on the campus of Fairfield Career Center. The 34,000 square foot facility will feature state-of-the-art equipment and the latest career-focused programming, providing more students across Central Ohio the knowledge and skills they need to jumpstart a successful career. Of course, you know that our relationship with Pickaway Ross and also Pike CTC, these folks are doing what they can to help these kids get into the job skills areas, and it's tough for them to get enough kids in because there's a waiting list. It's almost like a waiting list to get into a private school, you know?
Right. There was a big story on the national news 2 days ago where they were talking about AI taking away white-collar jobs, and they said a lot of the emphasis at the high school level now, even starting as early as 6th grade or traditional junior high, 7th and 8th grade, to get them started in some type of vocational or technical training now, because a lot of these data centers, things that are going to power AI, they have to be constructed.
Right.
Welders, pipe fitters, plumbers, etc. So, yeah.
And I remember, 30 years ago, they said the medical industry was going to be the next wave.
Yeah.
Well, now it's like, let's get back to learning how to use our hands to build stuff and everything, too.
Come out on November the 15th at Liberty Township Fire Department and enjoy some homemade chicken noodles.
Just looking at this makes me want to slurp.
Oh, my, doesn't it, though? Dine in or carry out, and also the Liberty Gang 4-H Club will be there selling desserts. And veterans, you get to eat free that day, so check that out.
Very nice. The Rudolf 5K Run and Glow Walk is going to come up December 3rd at 6 p.m. This will take place at 107 East 2nd Street, which I believe is over by the Elks Lodge. And this is something that I was involved with when it first began, it was a fundraiser for Southern Ohio survivors. Well, as that went away, it was turned over to downtown Chillicothe. So the monies raised from this Rudolf Run and Glow Walk goes to pay for additional Christmas lighting during the holidays in downtown south of Water Street. So we don't want people to get it confused with what Shine On Chillicothe is doing. That is from Water Street into the park, but this is for everything down in the downtown area. And they keep growing each and every year. So if you want to help, make a donation or apply to run in the or walk in the Rudolph Run.
And don't be surprised if you see a lot of running Santa Clauses out there. We've seen that in years past.
Matt Paxton is one of those.
Yeah. Calvary Baptist Church invites everyone to their 5th annual drive-through nativity experience called Journey to Bethlehem. This is coming up in December. The event features 7 stations that tell the story of Jesus' birth and life with actors, live animals, lights, and in-vehicle audio narration. Again,
Mike will not be doing the audio
I will not be
narration.
doing the narrating. Yeah, December 5th and 6th, which is a Friday and Saturday this year, runs 6:30 to 8 p.m. each evening. The event's free and open to everyone. Calvary Baptist Church is located at 2486 Anderson Station Road, just outside of Chillicothe. Our road report today takes us to Pickaway County. The engineers